It is social, economical, political, and even philosophical. Nature is powerful, we know, still we tested it. Ecology is fragile, we know, still we abused it. Resources are limited, we know, still we consumed it. COVID says these institutions failed to deliver. COVID says capitalism is a hoax. It's a practical joke. COVID says the way you run the show right now is not acceptable. This virus is here to stay. It's not going to go away anytime soon. You just cannot wipe out a virus off this planet, no matter what kind of technology you have today. It is here to live for a long time. No virus, for that matter, left this planet without taking its toll, without challenging human determination and his willpower to fight back. It took centuries for the human race to eradicate a virus in the past. That's our history. And yet, did we really get rid of viruses completely? The answer is no. Okay, we got rid of smallpox after a long struggle. We lost lives, went through pain and put a lot of efforts and money to get rid of this virus. Many people in the older generation are still living with a mark of this virus on the face. Polio claimed lives, crippled people, and we are still struggling to keep the virus off the planet. To do that, we are in need of Bill Gates and Melinda and their billions of dollars. We are in need of Rotary International and their huge network to keep this virus under check. Despite all these, once in a way it appears here and there. Few cases in Pakistan and few in Afghanistan. It's a constant struggle. Luckily, COVID doesn't leave people with deformities. That's a blessing in disguise. If you think life is going to be normal when the deadline for the lockdown is over, then we are sadly mistaken. Eventually, all of us will get the infection and then get over it. Soon we will learn to live with this virus. If one of the laboratories in some part of the world comes up with a medicine that works, then COVID may be just another flu that comes and goes. But you never know. It may prove to be a deadly flu that comes to kill. A virus, in general, is biological in nature and it's a medical issue. But COVID is different. It's not only medical, it is social, economical, political, and even philosophical. It is all set to bring about a new world order, dictating terms, calling the shots. The way it appeared, the way it swept the world, and the way it deals with the superpowers show that COVID is frustrated, fed up, and all out to fix things on its own. You know, in the 1950s, when we suddenly realized that the growing population can be a real threat to mankind on this planet, we came up with different schemes to control population, like the family planning. But there was a popular theory at that time that said, look, you don't have to plan and control population. When it becomes too much to handle, nature will interfere and fix the problem. A famine, a calamity, a pandemic, something will come to take away the excess and maintain equilibrium. I think that's what is happening now. I am looking at the philosophical side of it. This time, the virus is not here just to take away lives. It is here to change the rotten system that we built. As the first step, it has brought all your operations to a grinding halt. Now, let's start all over again in a new controlled manner. Nature is powerful, we know, still we tested it. Ecology is fragile, we know, still we abused it. Resources are limited, we know, still we consumed it. We created something called consumerism. The whole economy is all about produce, consume, but for how long? You have to cut down the production and consumption by 50% to save this planet. You can find alternatives to put your food on your table. That's not going to be a problem. How long can you go on doing the wrong thing? T.S. Eliot once asked, where is the life we lost in living? Where is the wisdom we lost in knowledge? And where is the knowledge we lost in information? You know, we lost the life in the way we lived it. How do you like that? Your policy should be life-centric, people-centric, nature-centric. Anything that goes against nature will eventually fail. The American ex-Vice President Al Gore has been shouting at the top of his voice about the greenhouse gases and melting glaciers and the ozone damage. No takers. Religious institutions happen on this planet to streamline mankind. How many of them? Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, hundreds of isms, and hundreds of pagan gods that came to protect nature. There are some 4,300 religions in this world. Do you know about that? 4,300 of them. Today, the churches, the mosques, the temples, all are locked up all over the world. COVID says these institutions failed to deliver. COVID says capitalism is a hoax. It's a practical joke. COVID says the way you run the show right now is not acceptable. Things got to change. Our priorities, our preferences, our policies, everything's got to change. That's inevitable. Now is the time. Imagine if Al Gore says, hey look, the damage has gone beyond the point. Now the nature has to revive. So please close down all your operations for 2 weeks. You think it's going to happen? Now we are locked down. No questions asked. Make use of this time to put things back on track. Then we will take it up from there. We cannot afford to go back to the same rotten system which has gotten us into this mess. Let the doctors work to contain the virus. Let the scientists work to find a medicine. Let the business community work to revive the economy. Let the administration work to maintain law and order. In the meantime, in my opinion, one more group of world leaders should get together and work to create one single, strong, powerful, and independent central governing body consisting of members from all nations with voting rights and veto powers to govern the global policies. Policies relating to environment, human rights, health, international trade and commerce, food security, etc. This body should have the powers to make the law and enforce them. You may call it the global government. And that should be in place before this pandemic ends. And that's the need of the hour, and that's my hope.